Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will explore 15 interesting and famous facts about a country with a glorious history and an ancient civilization. That country is Iraq. Let's discover what makes this nation so special through these fascinating facts. Fact 1. The cradle of Sumerian civilization. Did you know Iraq, situated between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is the cradle of ancient Sumerian civilization, the first civilization in human history? Around 5,000 years ago, in what is now southern Iraq, famous cities like Ur and Eridu flourished, becoming important cultural, scientific, and religious centers. This is where the cuneiform writing system was born, one of the most significant inventions in human history. This writing not only helped record history, events, and treaties, but also laid the foundation for the transmission of knowledge and preservation of culture through the centuries. In addition to writing, the Sumerians made great strides in mathematics and science. They developed a basic numerical system, dividing time into 60 minutes and 60 seconds, a system that is still widely used today. At the same time, the Sumerians also created legal codes, including a set of laws to establish the rights and duties of citizens, which deeply influence subsequent legal systems. Thanks to these achievements, the Sumerian civilization is not only the cradle of human civilization, but also the source of many accomplishments in science, art, and law that we still use today. Fact 2. The Babylonian Civilization. Iraq is not only the cradle of Sumerian civilization, but also the birthplace of the Babylonian kingdom, one of the greatest civilizations in ancient history. The city of Babylon, the capital of the Babylonian Empire, was famous not only for its size and development, but also as a major cultural, scientific, and religious center of the ancient world. One of the most outstanding monuments of Babylon was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Built during the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 6th century BC, it was renowned for its lush green terraces, thriving plants, and unique architecture, creating a stunning structure believed to symbolize prosperity and power. Babylon was not only known for its grand architecture, but also as an academic hub of the ancient world. Babylonian scholars contributed greatly to the development of mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. They developed a numerical system, particularly the base 60 system, which is still used today for dividing time and measuring angles. The city of Babylon was also a place where historical and cultural records were developed, influencing both Arab and Greek civilizations. With its cultural and scientific importance, Babylon was one of the most magnificent cities of the ancient world, and its legacy still exists today, profoundly impacting later civilizations. Fact 3. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Not only did the Tigris and Euphrates help make Iraq the cradle of Sumerian civilization, but these rivers also played a crucial role in providing water for agricultural development and served as vital transportation routes connecting cities and ancient civilizations. The land of Mesopotamia was formed by the silt deposited by these 2 rivers, creating an ideal environment for agricultural development. With the fertile land, the people of Mesopotamia were able to develop sophisticated irrigation systems, enabling them to grow crops and raise livestock. As a result, the Sumerian, Babylonian, and many other civilizations were able to thrive and develop in this region. These rivers also facilitated trade, helping to boost the development of major cities like Ur, Babylon, and Nineveh, which were centers of power and culture in the ancient world. Furthermore, the Tigris and Euphrates also played significant roles in the religious and cultural myths of the Mesopotamian region. Ancient civilizations regarded these rivers as the source of life, a connection between humanity and the gods. Therefore, the Tigris and Euphrates were not only important geographical features, but also integral elements of the spiritual and historical life of Iraq. Fact 4. Baghdad, the historic capital. Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, is one of the oldest cities in the world, renowned for its role as a major academic, cultural, and commercial center for many centuries. The city was founded in 762 under the Abbasid dynasty and quickly became the heart of the Arab world. Baghdad was not only a political center, but also a gathering place for intellectuals, scholars, artists, and scientists from all over the world who came here to exchange knowledge and culture. During the golden age of the Abbasid Empire, Baghdad was home to the Beit al-Hikmah House of Wisdom, one of the greatest academic centers in the world, where Arab scholars researched and developed fields such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. Classical works from Greece, India, and Persia were translated and preserved here, creating a treasure trove of knowledge that had a profound influence on the West and other civilizations. Baghdad was also a thriving commercial hub, where trade routes connected Asia, Africa, and Europe. The city became an important bridge for the exchange of goods, culture, and knowledge, contributing to the development of Arab civilization. Despite many historical upheavals, Baghdad has maintained its special place in the history of Iraq and the Arab world. Fact 5. Assyrian monuments. Furthermore, Iraq is home to the remains of the Assyrian Empire, one of the three great empires of Mesopotamia. The Assyrian Empire, which existed from the 25th century BC, was one of the most powerful empires in ancient history, known for its military, architectural, and artistic achievements. Famous cities like Nimrud and Nineveh, located in northern Iraq, stand as clear evidence of the grandeur of Assyria. Nimrud, built in the 9th century BC, was a major center of the Assyrian Empire, featuring massive palaces, temples, and intricate bas-reliefs depicting scenes of war and victory. Giant stone statues, often portraying Assyrian kings and mythical creatures, such as lions, were placed at city gates and palaces, symbolizing the empire's power and greatness. Nineveh, the capital of Assyria, stood out with its monumental architecture, massive city gates, and the library of King Ashurbanipal, one of the oldest libraries. This library housed thousands of clay tablets recording the culture, history, and knowledge of the Assyrians. The Assyrian monuments not only reflect the empire's strong development, but also serve as valuable heritage for humanity. Fact 6. Diverse landscapes. With its unique location, Iraq boasts a highly diverse landscape, combining vast desert regions with fertile alluvial land along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This landscape not only creates the country's majestic beauty, but also plays a key role in the development of ancient civilizations. The desert region occupies a large part of Iraq, with vast sand dunes and arid scenery, creating a pristine and captivating beauty. However, Iraq also has fertile alluvial lands created by the large rivers, which provide ideal conditions for agriculture. The areas along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers were where ancient civilizations like Sumer, Babylon, and Assyria thrived, thanks to the richness of the land. It is these rivers that made Iraq an important agricultural and commercial hub throughout history. In addition, Iraq also has hilly regions and lush valleys, home to ancient cities, historical monuments, and traditional villages. This landscape not only reflects the natural diversity of the country, but also holds the stories of Iraq's rich history and culture. Fact 7. Oil economy. Like its neighboring countries, Iraq possesses one of the largest oil reserves in the world, with abundant and diverse oil resources. The oil industry plays an extremely important role in Iraq's economy, being the main driving force behind national income and exports. Oil accounts for a significant portion of Iraq's GDP and is the primary source of government revenue, providing the budget for development projects and social welfare programs. With its massive oil reserves, Iraq ranks among the top oil exporters in the world, primarily supplying crude oil to international markets, especially in Asia and Europe. Large oil fields such as those in Basra and Kirkuk have been exploited since the 1920s and continue to be Iraq's main oil production centers today. Although the oil industry makes a significant contribution to Iraq's economy, the country faces challenges in maintaining and developing this industry, particularly in the face of international sanctions, internal conflicts, and poor infrastructure. Nevertheless, oil remains crucial for the economic stability and development of Iraq over the past several decades. Fact 8. Major religion. Like most other countries in the Middle East, Islam is the predominant religion in Iraq, with the majority of the population adhering to Shia Islam, making up about 60 to 65% of the population, while the remainder follows Sunni Islam. This division has had a major influence on Iraq's political, social, and cultural factors, creating a complex and diverse religious landscape. Despite differences in beliefs and practices, Islam serves as the spiritual foundation for most Iraqis, with teachings and rituals observed in mosques, particularly during the holy months of Ramadan and Ashura. In addition to Islam, Iraq is home to small Christian communities, primarily Assyrians and Chaldeans, as well as people from other religious groups, such as Yazidis and Mandeans. These Christian communities have a long history in Iraq, dating back to the Roman era, and have made significant contributions to the culture and society of the country. This religious diversity has created a society rich in faith, though it has occasionally led to religious tensions and conflicts, especially in the context of political events and wars. Nevertheless, Iraq has maintained a profound religious identity, with different communities continuing to coexist and influence each other for many centuries. Fact 9. History of resistance to foreign invasions. Iraq has undergone numerous wars and major conflicts throughout its history, especially the Iran-Iraq War 1980 to 1988 and the 2003 Iraq War, led by the United States. The Iran-Iraq War lasted for 8 years, causing significant human and material losses, but it also demonstrated the resilience of the Iraqi people in defending their national sovereignty. Although there was no clear victor, the war showcased Iraq's courage and determination in standing against a powerful opponent. The 2003 Iraq War, in which the U.S. and its allies invaded to overthrow Saddam Hussein's regime, led to a severe crisis, resulting in the collapse of the Iraqi government and significant disruptions in the country's society and politics. However, despite facing many challenges after the war, Iraq remained resilient, striving to rebuild and restore stability. Despite facing external interventions and attacks, the people of Iraq have always maintained their belief in the country's sovereignty and self-determination. This resilience throughout wars and conflicts has become an integral part of Iraq's national spirit and identity, providing a solid foundation for the country to continue recovering and developing. Fact 10. The ancient ruins of Ur. Have you ever heard of it? Ur, one of the most famous ancient cities in Sumerian history, is home to many important archaeological remains, playing a crucial role in understanding Sumerian civilization and the development of ancient civilizations. Located in southern Iraq, Ur was once one of the prosperous and thriving centers of Mesopotamian civilization, particularly in religion, politics, and commerce. One of the most notable monuments of Ur is the Temple of Sin, built around the 21st century BC. Sin, the moon god in Sumerian belief, was worshipped in this temple, which was one of the greatest religious structures of that time. In addition to the temple, royal tombs at Ur were also discovered, containing many precious artifacts, including gold jewelry, pottery, and weapons, which demonstrate the wealth and power of the ancient Sumerian rulers. The ruins of Ur are not only a prominent archaeological site, but also a valuable treasure that helps researchers gain deeper insights into the life and beliefs of the Sumerians. It is one of the most significant archaeological sites in Iraq and the world, continuing to attract the attention of archaeologists and visitors from around the globe. These ruins not only testify to the greatness of Sumerian civilization, but also stand as a living testament to humanity's remarkable development from the earliest stages of history. Fact 11. Agricultural industry. Despite facing many difficulties, from devastating wars to arid climate conditions, Iraq has maintained and developed its agricultural industry, which is a crucial part of the national economy. Specifically, Iraq's agriculture relies on the water sources from the two great rivers, Tigris and Euphrates, which have nourished the fertile land of the land between the rivers, providing ideal conditions for farming and the development of agricultural products. Iraq is one of the significant producers of wheat and rice in the region, meeting domestic consumption needs and exports. Additionally, the country is also known for other agricultural products, such as cotton and fruits, especially watermelon, oranges, and grapes. These products are not only consumed domestically, but are also exported to international markets. The agricultural industry also plays a major role in creating jobs for millions of Iraqis, especially in rural areas. Despite facing significant challenges such as water scarcity, climate change, and prolonged conflicts, Iraq has maintained agriculture as an essential part of its economy, while continually striving to improve and develop production methods to ensure food security for the country. Fact 12. Cultural and artistic achievements. Iraq is the birthplace of great achievements in art and culture, especially during the golden ages of ancient civilizations. The architectural works, sculptures, and decorative arts of Iraq reflect the remarkable development of Mesopotamian civilization. From ancient bas-reliefs in cities like Nimrud and Nineveh to the artworks in temples and palaces, Iraq is a treasure trove of priceless artistic heritage. Additionally, Iraq is known for its rich literary tradition, with ancient works inscribed on clay tablets that record history, culture, and knowledge. These works are not only valuable historical records of Iraq, but also an important part of the world's literary heritage. With a blending of Arab, Persian, and Ottoman cultures, Iraq continues to preserve and develop traditional forms of art such as dance, music, and handicrafts. Iraqi art, especially in fields like pottery, embroidery, and textiles, demonstrates creativity and craftsmanship while preserving the long-standing cultural values of the country. Fact 13. Traditional culture. Iraqi culture is rich and diverse, shaped over thousands of years through the combination of multiple cultures and influences from great civilizations such as Persian, Arab, and Ottoman. Traditional culture in Iraq is clearly reflected in festivals, music, and dance, all of which play an important role in the spiritual and social life of the Iraqi people. The traditional and classical music of Iraq has a long and profound history, with genres such as classical Arab music, folk music, and religious ceremonial music. The distinctive melodies of Iraq often use traditional instruments such as the oud lute, qanun zither, and darbuka drum, creating sweet and lyrical sounds. Iraqi music is not only part of the cultural life, but also plays an essential role in religious rituals and traditional festivals. In addition to music, dance, and other performing arts also play a significant role in Iraqi culture. Traditional dances, such as folk dances and festival dances, are often performed during celebrations, especially in religious and harvest festivals. These dances reflect the deep connection between the Iraqi people, the land, nature, and traditional cultural values. Fact 14. Signature dishes. Iraqi cuisine stands out for its blend of traditional Arab and Persian flavors, creating a rich and diverse culinary landscape that reflects the cultural fusion of many civilizations. Iraqi dishes are not only delicious, but also carry significant historical and cultural significance, made from fresh ingredients and distinctive spices. One of the most famous dishes in Iraq is kebab, typically made from lamb or beef, grilled over an open flame and served with pita bread or rice and fresh vegetables. Another popular dish is dolma, stuffed tomatoes, where tomatoes are filled with rice, minced meat, and spices, then cooked in a flavorful broth. This is a nutritious dish that is favored in family meals and festive occasions. Additionally, rice-based dishes like pilaf are also very popular, especially when cooked with lamb, chicken, or fresh vegetables. The rice is cooked with special spices, creating meals that are not only flavorful, but also bring warmth to every dining experience. Meat and vegetable dishes, such as stews or stir-fries, are also an essential part of Iraqi meals, with the use of spices like turmeric, cumin, and dill, adding rich and robust flavors. Fact 15. The desire for peace. Despite Iraq's many challenges, particularly the prolonged wars and internal conflicts, the people of Iraq continue to hold on to hope for a peaceful and stable future. After years of bloodshed and sorrow, from the Iran-Iraq War to the invasion of Kuwait and the Iraq War led by the United States, the Iraqi people remain steadfast in their belief in the nation's ability to recover and heal. The desire for peace among the people of Iraq is not only expressed in words, but also in concrete actions aimed at rebuilding the country, improving lives, and reconstructing communities that have been devastated. Many Iraqis remain optimistic and resilient in their efforts to revive the nation, with hopes of creating a society where ethnic and religious communities can live together peacefully, respecting each other and growing together. Throughout the years of war and conflict, Iraq has endured significant losses, but the aspirations for peace, freedom, and prosperity continue to be a strong driving force propelling the nation forward. The people of Iraq continue to fight to build a stable future where the scars of war can be healed and future generations can live in peace and prosperity. And so, we have just explored 15 interesting and famous facts about the country of Iraq, a nation with a long history and a rich culture. Despite the challenges Iraq has faced, its people continue to hold hope for a peaceful and prosperous future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to follow more videos about other fascinating countries and civilizations. Thank you for watching.